Assalamu alaikum. It's often said that everyone deserves a second chance, but that's not always the case according to the psychology. There are certain types of people who, for the sake of your own mental health, should not be given a second chance. These are the individuals whose actions and behavior have shown that they are not likely to change. In this video, we will delve into the 10 types of people who, according to psychological research, you should think twice before giving a second chance. Let's dive in. Number 1 is the chronic manipulator. Psychology tells us that some people are chronic manipulators. They are skilled at twisting words, bending truth, and using guilt to get what they want. Such individuals don't play fair, they are all about their own gain, even if it means causing harm to others. And the worst part, they often don't see a problem with their behavior. Giving a second chance to a chronic manipulator could mean stepping back into a web of deceit and emotional turmoil. These individuals have often demonstrated a consistent pattern of manipulation, making it unlikely they will change. It's not about holding grudges, it's about protecting your mental health and personal integrity. If someone has shown you they are a chronic manipulator, heed the warning signs and consider not giving them a second chance. Number 2 is the habitual liar. We have all encountered people who have a loose relationship with the truth. For some, lying seems to be a second nature, a habit they just can't kick. Take my old college roommate, for example. She would lie about everything from big things like where she was going at night to small things like whether she would eaten my leftover pizza. It created a point where I couldn't trust anything she said. Psychology tells us that habitual liars often lie out of impulse or convenience, not necessarily out of malice, but regardless of their reasons. Their lies can cause significant distress and confusion for those around them. When you are dealing with a habitual liar, it's often best not to give them a second chance. They have shown you that their words can't be trusted, and trust is the cornerstone of any relationship. If that's compromised, it's tough to rebuild. Number 3 is the emotional vampire. Emotional vampire or energy vampires, as they are sometimes called, are those individuals who seem to suck the life and joy out of every interaction. They thrive on drama and negativity, leaving those around them feeling drained. Interacting with negative people can actually lead to increased stress and decreased immune functions. This means that being around emotional vampires doesn't just make you feel down, it can actually have a tangible impact on your health. Giving a good chance to an emotional vampire might just mean subjecting yourself to more stress and negativity. It's important to prioritize your own well being and distance yourself from people who consistently bring you down. Let's come to the number 4. The perpetual victim. Number 4 is, you know the type. Everything is always someone else's fault. They never take responsibility for their actions and always blame others for their misfortune. This is the perpetual victim. Psychology suggests that people who consistently view themselves as victim often have a deeply ingrained victim mentality. This mentality prevents them from acknowledging their role in their problems and hinders personal growth. Giving a second chance to a perpetual victim can be futile unless they are willing to recognize and change their behavior. They will likely continue to see themselves as the victim and you as the culprit. It's a cycle that's hard to break and one you may not want to be a part of. Number 5 is the unapologetic wrongdoer. We all make mistakes, but most of us feel a sense of regret or guilt when we realize we have wronged someone. However, there are those who seems to lack this basic empathy. They consistently hurt others and never show genuine remorse. Psychology informs us that the inability to feel or express remorse is a telling sign of certain personality disorders. This lack of empathy can make it nearly impossible for these individuals to correct their harmful behavior. Giving a second chance to an unapologetic wrongdoer is risky. Without the capacity for genuine remorse, they are likely to repeat their actions, potentially causing further harm. It's important to consider this before deciding to give them another chance. Let's come to number 6, the serial heartbreaker. Love is a beautiful thing. It has the power to uplift, inspire, and heal. But in the wrong hands, it can also be wielded like a weapon. Enter the serial heartbreaker. These are the individuals who consistently play with others' emotions. They make promises they have no intention of keeping and leave a trail of broken hearts in their wake. Psychology tells us that serial heartbreakers often lack emotional maturity and struggle to from deep, meaningful connection. They bounce from one relationship to the next, leaving destruction behind them. Giving a second chance to a serial heartbreaker can be like walking into a minefield with your heart on your sleeves. It's a gamble that could leave you more hurt than before. Remember, you deserve someone who treats your heart with the love and respect it deserves. Number 7 is the constant critic. Constructive criticism is part of growth. It helps us identify our weakness and work on them. However, there is a fine line between constructive criticism and constant, unrelenting negativity. I once worked with a person who would always find something wrong with my work. It was never about improving, it was about pointing out flaws. It felt like a personal attack rather than helpful feedback. According to psychology, constant critics often struggle with their own insecurities and project them onto others. Their criticism has less to do with you and more to do with their own self perception. Giving a second chance to Giving a second chance to a constant critic can be damaging to your self esteem. It's important to surround yourself with people who lift you up, not bring you down. Number 8 is the fair weather friend. Sometimes the people who seem to be there for you when times are good disappear. When things get tough, these are the fair weather friends. It might seem like these individuals aren't as harmful as some of the other type we have discussed. After all, they are not causing active harm, right? But psychology suggests that inconsistent support can be just as damaging as consistent negativity. Having a friend who is there for you one day and gone the next can create feeling of insecurity and instability. It's hard to trust someone whose support is conditional on your circumstances. Giving a second chance to a fair weather friend might mean setting yourself up for more disappointment down the road. True friends are there for you through thick and thin, not just when it's convenient for them. Let's come for the number 9. Number 9 is the self-centered individuals. We all have moments of selfishness, but for some people, it's a way of life. They are always the hero of their own story, and everyone else is just a supporting character. Psychology warns us that self-centered individuals often struggle to emphasize with others. They are so focused on their own needs and wants that they often overlook or dismiss the needs of those around them. Giving a second chance to a self-centered individual can mean continuously playing second fiddle to their ego. It's important to remember that your needs and feelings are just as important and deserve to be acknowledged and respected. The last but not the least, number 10 is the perpetual promise breaker. Promises are the bedrock of trust. When someone continually breaks their promises, it erodes that trust and makes it almost impossible to rebuild. Psychology explains that perpetual promises breakers often struggle with commitment and reliability. They may make promises with good intention but lack the follow through to keep them. Giving a second chance to a perpetual promise breaker might mean setting yourself up for more broken promises. Trust is crucial in any relationship, and without it, the foundation crumbles. Protect your trust and think twice before giving this person another chance. Now it's the final reflection. It's about self protection. One crucial aspect to remember is that this decision is not about punishing the other person, but about protecting yourself. Psychology teaches us that behaviors are often patterns, not isolated incidents. If someone has shown you through their actions that they are capable of causing harm, it's essential to guard yourself against potential future harm. In the words of renowned psychologist Carl Jung, you are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Actions truly do speak louder than words. Use these insights to make informed decisions about second chances, but always remember to prioritize your well being. Remember, it's not about holding on to resentment, it's about releasing yourself from the potential of repeat heartache. Sometimes not giving a second chance might be the most loving thing you can do for yourself. I hope you like it. If you like it, please give me a like, share, thumbs up, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Take good care of yourself. Your health, wealth matters. Allah Hafiz. Take care.